Hello there, you're now with me, Cheryl Shaminato, for TVS News at 5. Let's begin with the headlines. Malaysia will have its first data center TRIV soon to connect Sarawak with Batam in Indonesia, with its underwater cable to be centered in Santubong, Sarawak. Known as the Batam Sarawak Internet Cable System, or BASICS, it is the first international telecommunication underwater cable produced by a Sarawak-based telecommunication infrastructure manufacturer, PPTEL, together with its partner company in Batam, XL Axiata.
The cable is expected to provide the capabilities required to support the digital transformation in this region. According to the PPTEL website, the data center will contribute towards the realization of plans to build digital film and television studios, office integration, small or home offices, online business and incubator centers, hotels, restaurants, and tax-free supermarkets in Santubong. It is also able to serve the different mission-critical customers on the island of Borneo and Asia Pacific. In its statement, PPTEL also mentioned that it will continue the second international underwater cable system project, known as the Southeast Asia Hainan-Hong Kong Express Cable System. The 5,000-kilometer-long underwater cable will connect Hong Kong and Hainan in China, the Philippines, Thailand, Sarawak, and Singapore, to be extended further to Vietnam, Cambodia, Peninsula Malaysia, and Indonesia. The Southeast Asia Hainan-Hong Kong Express Cable System, or CH2X, consists of an 8-pair fiber cable between Hong Kong and Singapore with a capacity of 160 terabytes per second to meet the broadwave needs in the region. The project is expected to be completed and ready to be used by 2024.
The Sarawak government plans to provide subsidies to farmers and fishermen in the state based on certain criteria to assist them in their economic activities. Sarawak Minister of Agriculture, Modernisation and Regional Development, Dr. Stephen Rundi Utam, said the increased assistance was to ensure that the farmers and fishermen are guaranteed regular incomes.
Kerana kalau tidak, mereka sentiasa diberi subsidi sampai bila akan mereka hadapi keadaan begini. They will forever dependent on assistance. That should not be the way forward for all of us.
However, Rundi stressed that the assistance was only temporary.
Nelayan 5 bulan pasal dibantu kerana musim tengkujuh. Kalau kita meneruskan keadaan sedemikian, bila masa nelayan boleh berjaya dalam kehidupan dan berdikari. So we have to find ways and means bagaimana kita dapat melakukan bantuan ini secara efektif dan juga secara sustainable.
Rundi was met by reporters at the P. Ramlee Auditorium of Radio Television Malaysia, RTM Sarawak, on Friday, May 13. for the recording of a program in conjunction with the upcoming Gawai Dayak celebration.
Ticket sales for two of Sarawak's biggest event, the Rainforest World Music Festival and Borneo Jazz Festival, received a very encouraging response. Sarawak Tourism Board STB Chairman Dennis Ngau is confident that the current engagement strategy will be able to boost and revive the tourism industry in Sarawak this year, and local industry players are urged to step up their game.
Dengan sasaran kita, kunjungan pelancong ke Sarawak tahun ini 1.2 million juta. Kita yakin akan kita dapat capai, kemungkinan lebih daripada itu. Sarawak Tourism Board telah membuat keputusan tahun lepas untuk kita menganjurkan dua iconic event atau festival yang sangat dikenali di seluruh dunia lah, iaitu Rainforest World Music Festival yang akan kita adakan di Kuching. Dan selepas itu, seminggu lepas itu, kita akan adakan Borneo Jazz Festival di Miri. Kita telah mengadakan promosi-promosi yang kuat, yang hebat untuk menarik. Dan respon yang kita terima dari segi penjualan tiket yang saya dimaklumkan oleh ofis kita juga telah menunjukkan angka yang cukup menggalakkan. Namun saya telah mengarahkan management kita, STB, untuk mempergiatkan lagi aktiviti promosi ini. Sebab target kita seperti Rainforest ini, kita target 5,000 pengunjung dan di Miri dalam 2-3,000.
In accordance to this, local industry players need to play an important role in reviving the sector, with the right preparation to be on the right track for tourist arrivals.
Jadi selain daripada itu, strategi engagement kita dengan local industry player terus kita galakkan dan kita pergiatkan, sebab mereka inilah sebenarnya satu part untuk kita membangun kembali industri ini selepas COVID yang perlu sangat bersedia. Sebab kalau seramai mana pengunjung datang ke Sarawak, the local operator must be ready, to bawa orang pergi melancong, menyediakan transport, tour guide dan sebagainya.
The Rainforest World Music Festival will be held from 17 to 19 June at the Sarawak Cultural Village, Kuching, whereas the Borneo Jazz Festival will be held from 24th to 26th June at Coco Cabana, Miri.
Microchipping, mass rabies vaccinations and licensing will be happening in the Padawan area on May 21, and dog owners are reminded to mark the date on their calendars.
Licensed by the Padawan Municipal Council MPP, free microchip installations will be given to dogs on that day. Meanwhile, drive-through vaccinations will also be provided. Dog owners are advised to quarantine and isolate their dogs for 28 days after vaccination to allow them to build their immune systems against rabies and ensure that their dogs are always kept within their house compounds. The event will be held at the SJK Chonghua Batukawa from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, the public is encouraged to contact MPP.
Welcome back. And now on to the next update. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob has described his 4-day working visit to the United States of America as a success. He said the visit has further strengthened the Malaysia-US ties as well as that of ASEAN-US.
According to Ismail Sabri, the U.S. is the second largest trading partner and fourth largest in terms of investment in Malaysia. Meeting with leaders and captains of industries in the U.S. has further enhanced bilateral ties. Ismail Sabri said his engagement indicated that there are bigger potential investments ahead for Malaysia. During the working visit, the Prime Minister attended the ASEAN-US Special Summit and met U.S. President Joe Biden, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, and other ASEAN leaders at the summit. He discussed on maritime cooperation, health, and pandemic recovery together with Vice President Kamala Harris. Harris and ASEAN leaders continued discussions in separate sessions and focused on the actions to be taken on climate change issues, clean energy transformation, and sustainable infrastructure. Last Thursday, May 12, Ismail Sabri also attended a Keluarga Malaysia Hari Raya gathering at a hotel.
In other matters, the ringgit is expected to trend downward against the US dollar next week due to the lack of catalysts. According to an analyst, there were multiple factors that seemed to negatively affect the economic recovery momentum.
Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad's chief economist Muhammad Afzani Zaim Abdul Rashid said despite the rise in the overnight policy rate and better than expected gross domestic product performance for the first quarter of 2022, the US dollar ringgit pair continued to linger on the weaker side. He said, at present, the ringgit's resistance level against the US dollar was located at 4.447 ringgit, while the support level was at 4.340 ringgit. On Friday, May 13, Bank Negara Malaysia announced that the economy rebounded in the first quarter of 2022, with a 5% growth versus a contraction of 0.5% in the same quarter last year, buoyed by improving domestic demand as economic activities continue to normalize with the easing of containment measures. Its governor, Noor Shamsia Muhammad Yunus, said the domestic economy was expected to improve further this year, with growth projected to be between 5.3% and 6.3% in 2022. Noor Shamsia said the volatility index had also gone up constantly, which resulted in a stronger US dollar while currencies in other countries were seen to depreciate against the greenback. On a weekly basis, the ringgit was lower against the greenback at 4.3980 ringgit on Friday, May 13, compared to 4.3650 ringgit a week earlier. However, the local note was traded mostly higher against a basket of major currencies on a Friday-to-Friday basis.
And now on to some sports updates. After losing to arch-rival Thailand, the national men's sepak takraw squad bounced back with a 3-0 mauling of Cambodia in the second round-robin match for the Team Rugby event in the 31st SEA Games at Huang Mai Sports Centre earlier today. As expected, the squad under Abdul Talib Ahmad easily garnered its first win, with the first Regu comprising Muhammad Zarif Merican Ibrahim Merican, Muhammad Afifuddin Razali and Aidil Aiman Azwawi to deliver the first point in 21-6, 21-10. The winning rhythm continued when Muhammad Faisal Fawad, Muhammad Nur Aizat Nordin and Nur Faisal Abdul Razak collected the second point after trouncing Chantedi, Habshun Nom and Savotha Hath 21-2, 21-6. The winning point for Malaysia came from the third Regu of Muhammad Haziq Hairul Nizam, Muhammad Ashraf Abdul Hadi and Muhammad Iqbal Shamsuddin, who defeated the Cambodian Regu 21-5, 21-9, thus putting the national team back on track for silver medal. Abdul Talib said the victory is important to give the best motivation to the national team when they meet Vietnam in their last match tomorrow. A win over Vietnam tomorrow would ensure a silver is in the pocket for Malaysia, as Thailand are expected to run roughshod over Cambodia in another match. And that concludes TVS News at 5. Here with me, Shal Shamato, and I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.